I want to go across to Bharat Karnad first. This is a big opportunity. You've got Xi Jinping traveling outside China for the first time in 3 years to Kazakhstan. There is an opportunity for Prime Minister Modi and the Chinese President to meet at Samarkand in Uzbekistan. Should the two principals meet? Should India encourage and accept such a dialogue between Modi and Xi, or should we express our displeasure and say, no, President Xi, till your forces are deployed so close to the line of actual control in contravention of border protocols, we will not meet you? Bharat Karnad, let's get started.
What Xi's travel plans are or where he's going next should matter to our Prime Minister and should be MEA's concern. Our concern should be with our interests and trying to make Xi understand that there has been no restoration of the status quo ante that Jaishankar has been talking about for years together, since the Galwan clashes. In fact, if anything, the Chinese have reinforced their positions on the Depsang in particular, because that's where we are then denied access that are, to be in our own territory, adjoining the Karakoram highway, which is very strategic as far as India is concerned. So where is the give on China's part? There's been no give. Well, you may say that it's, the withdrawal from the hot springs and so on was something like the exchange we had on the Kailash Heights. We gave up the heights that was captured by our strategic frontier, special frontier force units in exchange for what? For their withdrawing a few fingers on the northern shore of the Pangong Lake? This is the kind of unbalanced, shall we say, deals we cut with the Chinese, which is really not impressive at all. In fact, it ends up hurting our cause. And then for us to keep saying that we want a restoration of status quo ante, when you can push the agenda by not giving Xi the easy kind of, even if it is public relations, victories by having him liaise with the Modi on the sidelines of the SCO.
Okay, so you're essentially saying, don't give Xi an easy PR victory, express your displeasure, because the foreign minister nonetheless has said 4 times over just in the past few weeks that status quo ante hasn't been restored. Vishnu, Prakash, you've been in the Ministry of External Affairs. It's a tricky situation. You've got the SCO meeting. It is expected that Modi and Xi would meet. Should India accept such a meeting, or should India avoid meeting Xi?
Well, Rahul, greetings and nice to be on the show. Yes, it is a tricky call, and frankly, the answer cannot be a yes or no. There are many nuances, and I need to elucidate. If the meeting is held, the main focus will be vacation of the Chinese aggression. Along the LAC. Now, there are 3 aspects that we need to bear in mind. One is that the solution, we need to find a solution to the misadventure. 2, there is a question of the process and optics. And 3, as I see, the disengagement at Gogra and Hotsprings, and particularly the timing, is welcome, yet it's a tactical move meant to judge India's reaction, because the overall posture has not changed. Now with this, let us look at how do we find a solution. The solution can and should be found on the dialogue table. There is no 2 opinions about it, because the other option is conflict, which nobody wants. The problem arises because China believes in negotiating from a position of strength. And unlike democratic countries, is not averse to deployment of force to gain an edge in the dialogue. China sees emphasis on dialogue as a weakness. And we have seen the fate of the informal summits in Wuhan and Mahabalipuram. But historically, China respects power. And then Xi Jinping has a very aggressive persona. He's an ambitious person. Now, given all that, the process and the optics become very important. Frankly, we don't know what is going on behind the scenes, whether a blueprint has been agreed to. It does not look likely to me, but it could be possible. And then there is a forthcoming party congress. So given all this, I would say courtesy is yes. Courtesies would mean that if they have to shake hands in the delegates lounge, exchange pleasantries or exchange a few sentences, that's fine.
Sure.
But the body language is very important. Particularly, neither side cannot be seen to be smiling or be chummy or, it's very important. Now, the million-dollar question is about the meeting. Who will bell the cat? Who will seek a meeting? Chinese side will not seek a meeting, and I hope India side does not seek one, because that may not help our cause. China may not take this initiative in the right spirit. But in the unlikely event that Xi Jinping has sought a meeting...
One second. Can I pause you to ask, why are you saying the Chinese won't seek a meeting? Why India shouldn't seek a meeting? I'm very clear about. Why are you saying Beijing won't seek a meeting with Prime Minister Modi?
Because that is, he is the emperor. He has that complex of being the Chinese emperor who wants to restore the Chinese century. He kind of has an imperial outlook, and a person who wants to rejuvenate, looking at the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation and become a figure which is bigger than Mao. And also, given the 20th Party Congress, it is not in his personality, I think, to seek a meeting.
Okay,
and
that's interesting.